Hey, Dr. Jeanette here with my dog Mocha, and we wanted to demo something so that we can prevent injuries for your dogs and dogs in our community. So what I want to talk about is when we have our dogs on a leash and on a collar that goes around the neck, all that is okay, but the problem that I'm seeing is when dogs are pulling and they're pulling away from you, and then what's going to happen is that you're putting a lot of pressure on the neck, you're putting a lot of pressure on the thyroid gland that's in the front, and that could cause damage in the long run. So if you want to walk your dog on a flat collar, then by all means go for it, but only do it if your dog is not pulling. And that means either you're training your dog to do it, but unfortunately some dogs, I get it, you're going to tell me I've tried, and you're right, sometimes it's just really hard. So if you're not going to do a flat collar and that is working for you, then instead what I'm going to recommend is that you use a harness. And so a harness, I want you to actually look to see what kind of harness you're actually buying if you decide to go with a harness. So this particular one, it has to have a good fit. And when I talk about a good fit, one problem that I see with harnesses is that when they're crossing at the shoulder joint, it comes too low and it's lower than the shoulder joint, or it's actually sitting on top of the shoulder joint. And one of the reasons that they design some of these harnesses for that reason is that it's going to limit your dog from pulling when they're walking forward. And that's great if you don't want your dog to pull, but I'm going to tell you that it's going to cause shoulder problems, is what I'm seeing in the office. So what you want to do is make sure that when the shoulder is coming forward, that harness is not sitting low. And so you can see that this one actually sits like a V-neck, so it's not crossing the shoulder joint. And so this particular harness, I don't recommend any particular harness. If you're looking for a specific one, you need a recommendation, then just pop a message below and I'll be happy to recommend the one that I've got here. But I like this one. It's got a D-ring on the top so you can walk this way, but if your dog is a puller, what's nice about this harness is there's a D-ring in the front, and so they're less tempted to pull because it's going to be pulling their body to the side. And so if you've got a puller, you'll want a D-ring in the front. So hope that helps, because in the long run it's causing the flat collar, like I said, it's fine, but if your dog is pulling, what I see in the office when I'm adjusting dogs is that they have a lot of issues in through the lower part of the neck. These joints are getting stressed and strained, and all the muscles are getting tighter, as well as the nerves that are exiting the neck are getting irritated. And so the dogs can start having issues in through the front legs. So hope that helps, keeping your dog's neck safer and happier.